So we were working on the vineyards, putting these cordons on top. Notice this one right here on the bottom. We used to be here. These ones are too short. You can't really push it up. But you got cordons. You can actually start as the main and put it on the side and just top it. Obviously on this other side we had this one coming out. This one was on the bottom too, but this one was more flexible, and I was able to put it up on this wire. So now we're just gonna put it on position and tie it up with the 1/2" tying green tape. Just do a firmly tie. You don't have to do anything crazy to it. I personally rather do it by hand. I don't really like the little machine that does the little tying, because the machine doesn't really tie it too strong. At least it kind of wobbly a little bit, and I don't like it. I just rather do it by hand. And there we go. You got your first one. Grab from the edge over here and do the same. There's many ways to how to tie a vine. You just gotta use the best method that is gonna work for you. As long as you keep it nice and tight and firmly on the wire, you should be alright. Because you don't want your vines to be dancing around every time you come by and do the spraying and things like that. Because then when the clusters grow, what happens is that the vine itself gets really heavy and it'll just tilt to one side, and it loses its balance. So you need to keep that in mind. Yeah, once it's tied firmly, you can use one of these ones to actually make the V shape to the other side. You just gotta clean all these little stems, all these little whiskers. You got it right there. Get this going. Put it on the wire, just like I'm doing right here. I always grab it like this. That way it can go down firmly, slow, and you don't have to like bend it and twist it. And you're gonna hear little cracks here and there, but it's not actually breaking. It's just this like the part kind of just breaking itself, but not the actual arm itself. Do a little simple tying like this. Do another one right here in the middle. Another one at the end. Don't leave the cordons too long. Always remember, you gotta have at least 3 to 4 binds. You don't want to leave too many, because it won't work. Now you see how everything's on position. 1, 2, 3 ties right there, and then I just, out of the new cordon that came from the old stock, I made a new arm. Perfect V shape. It's perfect. The same over here. I did the same. Obviously this is more mature than this side. That's why when I say, when you start a new vine from the bottom, I noticed right here they topped it, but they topped it too early. It should have been topped at least about 4 fingers of the wire. And when you top it, like here on the bottom, it'll stop growing, and it'll start pushing all kinds of cordons or laterals to the side, and those are your candidates. But then you end up with the arm really low, that you have to tie it off over here onto the drip wire, and you don't want to do that because it's just too close to the ground. When you do the topping, when you top at the beginning of time, for example, let's say this one right here, you got this one right here, it's growing, and you notice it's almost at the wire on top. The wire's about right here. Here's the wire where my thumb's at. They say I'm starting a new vine, so I will top it right there. Boom. Once that's top, this is gonna be the main body. Every single button right here that you see is gonna be your choices or your options to make the V shape, whether it's on the side, to the right, or to the left. But when you do that, what you're doing is that everything's gonna grow evenly, and everything's gonna mature at the same time. And it's just it's the right way to do it. Like I said, a lot of people don't top them, they let them grow. I'll give you an example. Let's say this one didn't get topped, so they let them grow, and then boom, they throw it onto the wire and they tie it up. And what happens, you end up getting something just like this. The main one that you put on the wire will give nice and bulky, but these ones over here will not mature as fast as these ones because one is getting more power. So you gotta kind of cut the head off the main. That way the main stops growing just all the way straight, and it starts getting bulky, and then it starts pushing all these laterals. And then once you get those laterals or those new cordons, you put them on the wire. Both will look like this on each side, and then both will start turning at the same time with bark and things like that. Notice the difference. This is still maturing, it's going good, but this was more mature. The difference between this one and this one over here is that this one, when it shows you that it's already having bark, it's letting you know that I can even handle another extra extension over here. But when you do the extra extension over here, you don't want to just throw one and let it go all the way out there. You gotta reduce the buns too. And always remember, there's a lot of buns, so you gotta kind of skip one. For example, right here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I will count it: 1, skip the middle, then 2, skip the middle, and then 3. Boom. And the reason why I do that is because if one of these don't make it, the ones in the middle can replace the one that died, and you don't have to lose fruit that year. Obviously, when it comes to shooting and things like that, if they do make it, if they all make it, then you have to take some of them down, because you want a hand space at the end of the day. And that's just, you know, the proper way. When you do the hand space, this is what's gonna look like. You know, a hand space right here, hand space right here, and you got your nice spurs in position. And you know, you're not gonna have trouble knowing which is actually a good spur for fruit. During the seasons, I'm gonna come back with videos and everything to show you more how everything goes from beginning to end. Hopefully this helps out to anybody. If you guys got any questions or any comments, whether they're good or bad, go ahead and drop it on the comment section, and I'll be glad to read them. I will be glad to answer any of your questions to the best of my abilities. And we'll catch you on the next video.